It's Thursday.
Class, pay
You can
attention!
smell the
This is
weekend.
important!
On the channel that means
You're all hopeless,
movie
wake up!
reviews,
Please,
wrestling
just
report,
try to
where
learn
AEW
something!
results, TNA preview and news. The news for May 14th, 2026. And finally dumbass of the day. Bernie Sanders. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thursdays are for movies. We have Obsession, In the Grey, Is God Is, Driver's Ed, and The Wizard of the Kremlin. Our first entry, Obsession.
One wish, Willow. You only get one wish. I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the entire world.
I love you so much.
Do you still think I'm pretty?
Obsession rated R. After breaking the mysterious one wish Willow to win his crush's heart, a hopeless romantic finds himself getting exactly what he asked for but soon discovers that some desires come at a cost. A dark, sinister price director, Kari Barker starting, Michael Johnston, Inda Navarrete, Cooper Tomlinson. This movie is hyped and reminds everyone that some things are too good to be true, proving love is complicated and downright scary. It had elements of true horror mixed with obsession, but this movie misses the point several times. It could have been something special, but we get this generic movie that has been millions of times and better. 2025 was horror-centric, where we got some great entries, yet 2026 has been Temu edition of horror. Maybe too much of a good thing isn't good. Yes, we went there. Now to In the Grey.
Call Gary into my office. There is a situation here.
I assure you you'd like to listen. The alternative is very expensive.
Gary! Get them out of my office now.
Gary, a moment. There are two versions of how this narrative plays out.
Exhibit A.
Gary waits patiently and quietly by the door.
Exhibit B.
Gary steps forward and you spend the next 6 hours sponging him off the walls. I know which version Gary would prefer. Gary.
Manny Salazar. He's not really the guy you loan $1 billion and expect to see it back.
You think you can recover it?
You know I can. And this job, when mistakes are made, you need insurance. Kids, don't say a word. Follow me. Bronco and Sid will now solve it their way.
Love the shirt.
It's silk.
Of course it is.
I just told you. It's silk.
This is Salazar's island. The police are on payroll, and he has a reasonably experienced private army. Tick every box.
Tick every tuck.
Lube every wheel.
Lick every stamp.
3, 2, 1.
Range.
300. Wait, 275.
Make your mind up.
250. Ram it, Janet.
They work between the moral and the immoral. The black and the white. They operate in the gray.
Show me what you got.
I foresee a problem. I am aware that there is a 300-foot deep untraversable ravine, but if you give yourself enough runway, build up some speed, and flap your arms like so,
it should take the bump out of the landing.
In the Grey, a covert team of elite operatives are living in the shadows. When a ruthless despot steals $1 billion fortune, they're sent to take it back. An impossible heist that erupts into a deadly game of strategy, deception and survival. Director Guy Ritchie starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Henry Cavill, and Isa Gonzalez. A classic Guy Ritchie movie that is driven by story. It's good but not great. Unfortunately, this movie outsmarts itself and falls flat, which is sad because as a fan of Guy Ritchie, this movie felt restrained and we get a movie that has Guy's framework but not his movie. Now to Is God Is.
Swing.
We got a letter from Mom.
I thought she was dead. What she want with us now? Where she been at?
She's on her deathbed. If we don't go now, this might be our last chance to see God.
God.
She made us, didn't she?
Girls, I'm gonna make this real simple. Make your daddy dead. Real dead.
This seems a little crazy.
Not as crazy as setting your wife on fire in front of your kids, then abandoning them.
We ain't killers. How we gonna live with ourselves if we do this? This Destiny type shit.
Look at me, look at me, look at me. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Look at me, look at me, look at me.
You ready?
Yep. The lady he took up with after he burnt us up. Find her and you'll find him. A lady by the name of Divine.
Yo, ain't shit down.
You're his girl.
Oh, hell no.
You in trouble? Chuck Holmes got your back.
Just tell us where he at. For fear that it would wag, he took my time. We ain't gonna kill him.
We clapping.
Tell us where to find him. You're alive?
We drumming.
So y'all think y'all just gonna kill him?
Imagine what our lives would look like if he hadn't done it.
Fire burnt his house down.
It was born for burning.
I don't wanna hear no yeah, 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 yeah.
Ain't nobody innocent.
La, 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 la. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't want nothing but blood.
Why don't you sit with me? Seems like we got a lot to talk about.
Is God is two sisters embark on an epic quest for revenge, confronting a charged family history that will push them to extraordinary lengths. Director Alicia Harris starring Vivica A. Fox, Janelle Monáe, Erica Alexander. Wow. This is such a messy movie that lacks direction and could go down as one of the worst movies where nothing is good about this movie. Considered a drama mystery, which will make audiences think the biggest mystery who greenlit this mess. Everyone involved in this should be embarrassed of this. Now to driver's ed.
You cannot sext in the middle of class.
He's sex texting.
Samantha, my girlfriend, just started at Chapel Hill, and it effing sucks.
That guy was just naked.
Jesus Christ, it's like the Wild West over there.
But you got a new girlfriend already?
No, me and Sam are still together.
She's in college. Is that even legal?
Yes.
Beautiful day for a drive.
Hands 10 and 4.
Wait, isn't it 10 and 2?
It's just numbers. Do what feels good, you know. Follow your heart.
Left my coffee by my skateboard.
Follow your heart. Follow your heart.
Guys, you can't drive without me.
Stop the car.
I'm gonna drive to Chapel Hill to save me and Samantha's relationship, okay?
Watch out.
My driver's ed car got hijacked.
Do whatever you gotta do, just get them back here. How are you so sure about this?
Basically, everything I do is made better by her being in my life.
I'm coming with.
I'm coming too.
No, absolutely not.
What's the worst that can happen? Jeremy, you imagine you and Samantha being like one of those couples that get married when they're 22?
Nothing lasts forever.
Aparna! Dude! I never space out like that. I have hyperfocus ADD.
But what do they got you on?
Stratera.
Oh, you should think about adding Ritalin.
I've got Wellbutrin.
I'm on Wellbutrin.
For anxiety or depression?
I think maybe both.
It's gonna be 164 miles from here to Chapel Hill.
I got him. Go.
No,
You have drugs in the car.
God damn it!
Ready, set, go.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Jeremy? How are you here?
It's a long story. I stole a driver's ed car.
Why didn't you call me?
I also threw my phone off a bridge.
No! I have never not had my phone. I feel naked!
Caution is overrated. Guard your dog.
Oh!
Sorry, who are you?
I'm her boyfriend. Who are you?
Bro.
This is Scooby.
What's up? May fortune favor the foolish.
The bold. Fortune favors the bold.
Dude, are you all right?
Yeah, no, I'm just on mushrooms. Hey, at least I'm not driving.
Oh my God, dude.
Take the next right.
Driver's ed. A group of teens steal their school's driver's ed car to go on a road trip to help a high school senior track down his college freshman girlfriend and win her back. Director Bobby Farrelly, starring Sam Nivola, Sophie Telegardis, Mohana Krishnan. One half of the legendary Farrelly brothers tries to go alone and fails miserably. Comedy is officially dead and Driver's ed nailed the coffin. It tried to take the best parts of funny movies like Road Trip, America Pie and License to Drive, while voiding the interesting parts and forget this is a comedy. Absolutely horrible. What a bad week for movies. Finally, The Wizard of the Kremlin.
Russia needs a new president. He's young, athletic, he's a spy. KGB. Vladimir Putin.
What interests me is power.
Vadim Baranov was a visionary director. He became known as the new Rasputin.
I want to be part of my time, not just a witness.
I cannot be subservient to anyone.
Our goal is chaos. We'll get into people's heads. We'll build the myth that the Russians are controlling the modern world.
You're using your black magic in the service of power?
It's a game. Politics is the only game worth playing.
How miserable.
The Americans, they treat me like I'm the president of Finland. What would you have me do?
They're vicious animals. They come from the void.
They've transformed me into the devil.
You won't save your soul.
We need to inspire fear and fury.
Be careful, or you might fall flat on your face. No one is safe in Russia.
What about you? The Wizard of the Kremlin.
I'm not interested in winning the Nobel Peace Prize or the war.
The Wizard of the Kremlin. A young Russian filmmaker becomes an unlikely advisor to Vladimir Putin as he rises to power in post-Soviet Russia, navigating the new era's complexities and chaos. Director Olivier Assayas, starring Paul Dano, Alicia Vikander, and Jude Law. Remember when Quentin Tarantino said Paul Dano was void of acting ability? Well, he's right when someone is hard to watch physically and auditory. Whomever made this movie needs to watch their back because this will piss off a lot of wrong people. This movie will go down as propaganda, but in all the wrong ways. Just a mess. Well, next is the Wrestling Report. 5 4 3 2 1.
The Wrestling Report. AEW Dynamite results for May 13, 2026. Adam Copeland, Christian Cage, Orange Cassidy and the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson, defeated FTR, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, The Dogs, Clark Connors and David Finlay, and Tommaso Ciampa. Chaotic offense. When you watch one Young Bucks match, you've seen them all. It is fun, but it gets repetitive. Mike Bailey defeated Westbrook. Development match. Mike Bailey is uber talented and this is just another match highlighting his athleticism. AEW TNT title match. Kevin Knight, defeated Brian Cage. Brian Cage returns. Kevin Knight is something special. Brian's power was dominating, but Kevin's never give up attitude and just stellar offense found a way to win. Will Ospreay defeated Ace Austin. Match of the night. Ace Austin is a human highlight reel. Will has embraced the Death Rider's philosophy and has become more visceral. Arm bar submission. The Oops come to the ring just to have the Death Riders stop any attack. Hikaru Shida and the Brawling Birds, Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter, defeated Triangle of Madness, Julia Hart, Sky Blue and Tekla, by DQ. A great way to highlight the women's division. The continuities of Shida's heel turn has gone too long. Tekla is something special. AEW World Title Match. Darby Allin, defeated Konosuke Takeshita. Takeshita dominated. At one point, Don Callis hands Takeshita MJF's ring but wants to win honorably. As the match progresses, Darby finds a way to win. MJF enters the ring and signs the contract here vs. title. Also, it was reported during the broadcast the participants for the men's and women's Owen Hart tournament. The highlight of the men's is the first round with Samoa Joe and Will Ospreay with their continued feud. In the women's, the addition of Sari, which should have been used as a surprise. Now to TNA preview. There will be a battle royal to determine the number 1 contender for the world title. A sit-down street fight between Aj Francis and Casey Navarro. X Division Championship Leon Slater defends against Cedric Alexander. Victoria Crawford and Mila Moore vs Rosemary and Ali. And much more. Now to the wrestling news.
Now to all the news that matters. At least to the die-hard wrestling fans in AEW. It's Double or Nothing season. Junior or Jim Ross commented on his status and he looked forward to working commentary, which is awesome. Plus has commented on the card. Praises the Darby Allin Championship run and looks forward to seeing FTR and Copeland and KJ quit match in WWE. News: Joe Hendry has confirmed that he has recorded an album with WWE Music, so fans have something to look forward to. One he will add is the Fire Logan Paul song and several other parody songs. Piper Niven undergoes neck surgery. She has had successful anterior cervical discectomy with fusion. So wishing her a quick recovery. It seems former wrestler and porn star Gangrel will team up with Rusev to open a KECH Professional Wrestling Academy in Nashville, Tennessee. Strange pairing and bedfellows. Hopefully Rusev keeps an eye on Lana, CJ Perry. And finally, new father and drug enthusiast Rob Van Dam has rolled out his new cannabis brand RVD 420, proving you can make money on anything. Well, now to the news, where we don't pussyfoot the subjects because of crushing censorship. 5 4 3 2 1.
To all the news that isn't compromised by pricks who get their pockets filled. In common sense news, senators vote to withhold their own pay during future government shutdowns. This should be furthered. They should not decide their own pay raises and start getting paid based on merit. Along the way to the future, many of these politicians have worked to further themselves while nickel and diming the taxpayer. Also, these politicians are thinking we work for them, and that isn't what our forefathers wanted. The politicians work for us and not the other way. Benjamin Franklin wanted them to work for free, and somehow that never happened. So, instead of government shutdowns, why not work to fix the problems they create? As mentioned yesterday, President Trump is in China and he stated she has offered to broker peace with Iran, which is strange. A nation that wants to destroy Taiwan is looking for peace. At this point, why hasn't the world figured China's empty loans? Does anyone know why we don't just bankrupt China by creating a default in the empty loans? Did you know if all the nations call the bluff, China would collapse? Good news in a bad event. Iran war translates into good fortune a world away, where New Mexico is now number 2 in crude oil production. This is awesome, but what if we didn't have to rely on gas or even electric? I have an answer to that, and imagine if the president engages in an energy source that has zero carbon footprint. Good news of the day. Study shows litter has declined 34% across America since 2020. Programs and human consciousness have done numbers more so than the money laundering scheme of the Paris Accords. EU passes animal protection law for keeping, breeding and selling. With laws that don't protect, EU have looked to create safeguards. I wonder if this will appease migrants who claim dogs stops angels from visiting homes. WTF. Well, now to the best part of the channel. Dumbass of the day. The one, the only, Bernie Sanders, the only man who hates capitalism but has 3 homes, several cars and is cashing in the millions. So, if you support this freeloader, then you are part of the useful idiot patrol. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The dumbass of the day, Bernie Sanders. Senator Bernie Sanders as dangerous, primarily because of his self-described democratic socialist platform, which they argue would destabilize the U.S. economy, drastically expand government power, and increase the national debt. Truth be told, socialism has no place in the United States. The fact everything the U.S. government sticks its nose in is ruins. Health care is lowered. Education is destroyed. So more government just hurts everything it touches. Arguments surrounding this perspective include economic and tax policies. Free market advocates argue his proposals for massive tax hikes on corporations and the wealthy, alongside government-funded programs like universal health care, would stifle economic growth, trigger capital flight, and disincentivize investments. Bernie has never worked in his life. He was in a commune and they thought he was too lazy. Plus, it's funny, a man who hates progress, has 3 homes and several vehicles, again not working for any of it. Expansion of government. Critics warn that his push for sweeping federal control over healthcare, Medicare for all, and education would lead to bureaucratic inefficiencies, longer wait times, and massive increases to the federal budget deficit. Again, more government isn't good. Our forefathers would be ashamed of what this great experiment turned into. Government involvement has not helped anything. Let's break down government involvement. 1. College loans. Prior to government involvement, a college education was more affordable. Government enters the picture, it made the whole domino effect dangerous where colleges charge more because they know the government will throw cash at it. Remember the student loan forgiveness. It's because of government involvement that those loans became the mess. 2. Obamacare, forcing individuals to get insurance but with no guarantees. And you know who profited? Governments. Insurance companies, the Obamas. You know who didn't? The American people. Remember when an insurance executive got murdered, everyone cheered. Again, how sick are the leftists? But do you know why CEOs are making millions? Blame Obamacare, which in the bigger picture, government involvement. Anti-capitalist rhetoric. Some business leaders and conservative commentators argue his frequent criticisms of billionaires and the 1% demonize success, divide the country, and undermine the fundamental principles of the American free enterprise system. Never understood why people who hate the American way stay here. Bernie Sanders never liked it here but never seemed to seek residency in Cuba, China, or any other shithole. This great nation built itself on the capitalist vein, so why are so many against it? What a lot of useful idiots don't realize, when communism succeeds, it's on the backs of the people. How many people on Western Germany fought their ways to the Eastern Bloc? How many fled Florida to find opportunity in Cuba? So, think about that. The bigger question, why not leave the US instead of bastardize it? Foreign policy and trade. Certain political analysts suggest his skepticism toward established trade agreements and his past alignment with socialist policies in Latin America could threaten American global competitiveness and international alliances. Communism is a broken system that lies to the people they promise to help. China is destroying farms, the very farmers they came to power to help. Cuba has not progressed, the idea has kept a nation in a perpetual past. So Bernie will bitch and moan, yet he'll never actually work to help anyone. He embraced the comrade way because he knows that under communism the only ones who prosper are the leaders who then crush those who they said they would help. Seriously, why do idiots want communism? Because they are idiots. John F. Kennedy fought it, now today's Democrats live it. What went wrong?